There are things nobody told me about porn addiction, and this is coming from straight 100% experience. Like, I'm not claiming to be any expert. This is all from experience, and these are things that I wish I learned in the past. And this is coming from someone who literally hasn't even been that long away from pornography, right? So I've been in a relationship, and I hid my addiction from my relationship, from my woman, for literally years, and it's only been a couple of months now that the truth has came out. So this is what I'm gonna be sharing with you, in hopes that you can relate to me, because if you're in a similar position, and you're hiding something from your woman, I really highly suggest that you watch this video. Okay, so if you don't mind, I'm just going to light up this cigar real quick so I can smoke a little bit. Okay. Oh, I just inhaled it. Sometimes I feel the urge to inhale it. It actually didn't even taste that bad. Let me try again. That's actually, like, I thought it'd be way worse than that. I don't know why. Sometimes I feel like inhaling it, actually. Okay, I probably should. I don't know if you're supposed to inhale. Like, I don't think you're supposed to inhale. Oh my god. Okay, no more inhaling. But we're gonna get into this video. Okay, so the first thing is the shame and secrecy cycle. Okay, so the more you actually hide your addiction, the worse it gets. Like, the harder it is to overcome. And I know that might be hard to admit, and that was certainly hard to admit myself, but now being out of this and seeing it, having a clear head and looking back, it made it so much worse. Okay, and the shame and secrecy is actually rooted in the addiction, and is a trigger in the addiction. Okay, so think about when you're a kid, and like, think about the first time you actually discovered pornography. Think about the feelings you started to associate with that. Like, for example, you probably felt ashamed, right? Because it's something you're not really supposed to be doing. It's something you've never seen before, so you kind of feel ashamed, and you feel like you have to keep it, like, away. You want to hide it, probably from your parents, or who knows, but these are the feelings that you start to actually associate. Okay, and later down the line, when you grow up, they actually become a trigger. Okay, like, for example, when you start to feel ashamed about something, you start to actually feel turned on by that, and you want to actually express that, not express, but deal with those feelings by seeking out pornography. Okay, so yeah, definitely think about that. That's pretty important. Okay. It's pretty nice, actually. That's pretty nice. Yeah, so the next thing is actually the thrill of the secret. Okay, and this is something actually pretty weird to think about, and this is something, I'm just gonna kind of say this. Okay, so you kind of grow up being a sneaky fuck, like you get turned on by being a shady, sneaky, dishonest person, because think again about those first time experiences. Like, you're so used to going to pornography and keeping it a secret, and this secrecy also becomes associated with your arousal. Arousal. Am I saying that right? Arousal. And it's pretty weird, because then you grow up and you start to actually get turned on by being a sneaky fuck, by going around people's backs, keeping things from people. It becomes part of the thrill. Okay, it can literally become a part of the thrill, and that's just really weird to think about, right? Really reflect on that. Like, is that really the person that you want to be? Do you want to be getting turned on and being thrilled by being a snake, going behind people's backs and doing shady things? Probably not. So I highly recommend you do reflect on that, if this is something that you do struggle with. Okay. I will say the nicotine hits when you inhale it. I really don't think you're supposed to inhale it, but like, if I feel good, it feels fine. So I'm not inhaling it now, but I feel like I want to still. We'll try one more time. Oh, that one was not good. Oh my gosh. Okay, don't inhale a cigar. Maybe if it's like the first hit, but holy moly. Oh wait, how many minutes has it been? Okay, it's only been 6 minutes. Okay, I gotta keep it under 15 minutes. Okay. Okay, so, and another thing is, when you hide, you actually have no accountability. Okay, think about, okay, for me, it became so much easier to stop this addiction once the truth came out. And not only because I was held accountable, okay, all it took was my woman to hold me accountable. And I know, like, I feel like a bitch admitting that, but that's just the truth. Like, I didn't have any masculine accountability in my life. I didn't have a man to hold me accountable. I didn't let anyone know about this addiction. Like, I hid it from everyone, okay? And all it took was my woman to find out, for me to literally, like, truly feel like I'm being held accountable. And I didn't only admit it to her, but admitting it to myself fully. I never fully admitted it to myself. Just saying it with words, saying the truth, made me feel accountable for myself. So now I'm not only holding myself accountable, but my woman is holding me accountable, and I feel like God is holding me accountable now that the truth, I've admitted to the truth. Okay, so that's it for this section. So the next one is your relationship. Oh. Excuse me. I'm done inhaling that. I don't recommend you inhale a cigar at all. Speaking from experience, as you just saw. So anyways, it affects way more than you might think in your relationship. I don't know if this is just from me, from my experience, but I literally thought, like, I didn't know truly what it was doing. Like, I was way too self-centered, and I thought I could fix it myself. I was too focused on the addiction and thinking I need to overcome this addiction on my own, and then I'll tell her, no, bro, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And the reason why is because I'll tell you in a second. But first, I'll say that now that fuck, dude. I'm not too good at making videos, okay? So just be patient, okay? What I was saying is, it's not just about the addiction. It's about the trust, okay? And I mean, it might sound pretty simple. It might sound like obvious, but for me, it just wasn't. I was too caught up in this addiction and trying to overcome this addiction. I didn't put myself in her shoes and think about what she would really be going through. I knew it would affect the relationship in ways. I knew that it was going to affect our intimacy. I knew these certain things, but after seeing her pain, it's a whole different story. It's a whole nother story. Like, if you have a woman, like, I highly recommend you truly reflect on this, because it can really break her heart. And it's not just because of the addiction. It's not just because of what you're doing. It's all about trust. You see, I ruined her world when she found out the truth because it's something I hid. And when you find out the truth after that long, it's devastating. I can't even put myself into that perspective, because I haven't even been through, like, I can't even imagine what she's going through right now. Okay? And if you've been through some sort of betrayal, then, you know, maybe you can relate to that. And if you can, then that's even more of a reason to really reflect and really, you know, think about telling your woman if this is something you are hiding from your woman, okay? Alright, I'm trying to keep this under 15 minutes, okay? But yeah, you really can't fix this yourself. I mean, maybe you can, but I just recommend you don't even try. Don't even try to fix this yourself, bro. Like, if that's your mindset, like, that was my mindset this whole time, and it's completely ruined everything. And that's the biggest thing that I regret, is not just coming clean way in the past and just saying, hey, this is something that I'm struggling with, and I'm really sorry that this is what it is, but it's the truth, and I have to tell you. That's what you should say from the beginning, okay? And if you don't, then she's not gonna trust you, and if you don't have trust in a relationship, then you're done, and you have nothing left. Trust is everything, and if you don't have that, you're absolutely fucked. You have no relationship. You have attachment, maybe, and that's it. Attachment, and that's it. You don't just want attachment in a relationship. Trust is everything. Okay, so be honest with her, bro. Be honest with her. Okay, 12 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay, the last thing is porn escalation. Okay. Oh my god. Once I really looked into this made me never want to fucking do it ever again. Never even watch porn again. Okay, so once I found out about. Okay, I just said that. Okay, so the reason what porn escalation is okay. So think about what we talked about before. Okay, when you first find porn as a kid, you start to associate anxiety and shame and secrecy all together with arousal, right? So you actually start seeking those feelings sexually. You start getting off by feeling anxious and ashamed and feeling like you're keeping a secret, like we kind of talked about. So you start really getting turned on from those feelings, which sounds weird, but this is really just the truth, and you should really consider this, okay? That the content actually induces these feelings. The creators of content of porn, they actually know this, and they induce these feelings, and that's why the stepsis stuff exists, okay? That's why a lot of these weird categories even exist in the first place, because they know. And desensitization is where you start feeling desensitized if you watch porn a lot, okay? So, and when you feel desensitized, you actually start wanting to seek the next high. You want to, it's not going to feel the same again. When you watch porn, it's not going to feel the same, and you want it to feel the same again. So you start seeking out more and more anxiety and shameful inducing content. Do you see what I'm saying here? Ow. And it gets to the next level, it gets even more fucked. Okay, so I'm trying to be fast because it's a 15-minute mark. I can probably just cut out like a little part or something, but I'm on time, okay. Yeah, so you actually start, it gets even worse because you start seeking stronger anxiety and shame, okay? And where can you get these types of feelings, okay? This is something that, and I'm not saying will happen with everyone, I'm not saying that it's like, it can happen. I'm just saying that it seems like it's set up for this to happen. It seems like whoever creating these videos know this and feed into this. And I'm about to tell you something that might blow your mind, but think about this. What is something that can induce anxiety and fear, and you know what I mean? What's something that can induce that? Right here, breaking moralities. Okay, breaking moralities causes the most anxiety and the most shame. So what can that actually lead to? Okay, I don't know if you're getting the idea here, but let me just tell you, why do you think there's these certain niches of things that people are into that goes against morality? For example, I'm sure you know about like violence in content, okay? I'm sure you know about animal type weird stuff, if you know what I'm saying, like bestiality. Why do you think these types of things exist? Why do you think that there's men that want to touch children or just watch children? Why do you think that exists? It's because they feel so deeply ashamed with themselves, and the more ashamed that they feel, the more they get off from doing what they're doing. Why do you think these types of people end up taking their life? It's because they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, but they're seeking the thrill. They're seeking that next high. Think about these types of people. Do you think these types of people just come out of the world nowhere? No, bro. Look, if you could see these types of people's search history, they're from throughout their whole life, what do you think it would look like? I guarantee you it would look like they found out something as their kid. I'm sure they've probably been through some trauma throughout their life, first of all. But the main thing is that they probably got exposed to something weird as a kid. Okay, that's it, and that's just the truth. And they grew up seeking this anxiety and shameful content, right? And then they started seeking the next high. They wanted to feel more anxious and more ashamed. And so that's fuck shit, okay? Yeah, it's hard to talk about, but it's the truth. And once I really thought about this, it became way much easier for me to stop. Because it's like it's set up that way intentionally. It's like they wanted that to happen, right? And let me make that clear again, I'm not saying that this can happen to everyone. No, there's so many people. Most people can acknowledge that that's just like some next level shit, and they just wouldn't do it no matter what. Okay, so if you're like most people, that's probably what would happen. But I'm just really trying to put this in perspective for you, because it's just the truth, and it really does seem like it's set up like that intentionally. So, do you want anything to do with that? Sit with yourself and ask yourself, do you really want anything to do with that? Like, for me, fuck no. Fuck no, I don't want anything to do with it. Like, get that out of here. Later. So, yeah. I think I went over the 15-minute mark, but 19 minutes, oh fuck. Okay, I'll just have to cut something out. My cigar went out. Well, anyways, the last thing I'll say is just, yeah, if you have a relationship, if you're in a relationship, hiding things, I highly recommend for you to think again and really reflect on that, because I don't think that's something that you really want to be doing, and I'm really speaking from experience. Right, so being off of this now, thinking back, oh my god, like, I don't know why I did that, really. I don't know how I could possibly do that. It ruins everything. If you care about your relationship, it's gonna ruin everything, you know, and you should tell her now before it's too late, before she finds out herself. Okay, and I know it's something hard, it's not gonna be easy, but that's why I'm here. I'm trying to encourage you, try to help you through it. So, you know, if you want to subscribe and come along with the journey, like, I'm not no expert, I'm just sharing what I'm going through and what I'm learning throughout this process, okay? So, yeah. Anyways, yep. If you feel like you want help with anything, I'm here for you. You know, you can comment or email me. The email is in the description. So yeah, I'll end this shit right now. Sorry, I just thought this video is funny.